Ah, shoot-'em-up construction kit games. 3 of them this time, all by the same guy. Pretty standard stuff, but there's a weird little postscript to these. Here's a quote from the magazine. "A little while ago we received a disc from a New Zealand programming group called Sensible Software. Before you get excited, we'd better point out that this is not the Sensible Software of Cannon Fodder, Whizball or Sensible Soccer fame. This is a New Zealand coding group with an unfortunate choice of names." Except... no. He hasn't called himself Sensible Software, has he? He's just written, "Programmed by Sensible Software," as they made Shoot-'em-up Construction Kit. With refreshing honesty, he's just credited himself for design. Not a huge screw-up in the grand scheme of things, but odd they never caught it. In fact, they double down on it a few issues later, with more of his games, and they comically rename him as Shrewd Software, oh ho ho ho. Anyway, this one is the best one. It's an attempt to do something a bit different and create a more platformer type game. Unfortunately, it respawns you trapped in the void sometimes. Ah well. Stormlord! Now this one is remembered by quite a lot of people. Largely because it is shameless fantasy art, the game. Some versions add a touch of extra class by having a wolf whistle sound effect play as you clamber over her there. Anyway, we are the Stormlord, I guess, and we have to rescue some fairies who have been kidnapped by an evil queen. You know the drill. I do like how, when he dies, it looks like he's been stung on the arse by something. Guess what this is? It's a trampoline! It's a teleporter. Some versions replace it with a falcon that ferries you from place to place, but where's the fun in that? An odd sort of cross of sort of Dizzy-style arcade adventuring and sideways scrolling shooter. For instance, we need to get the umbrella to pass through this bit safely, and so on and so forth. Very nicely presented this. Lots of, you know, fantasy background stuff, very colourful. The music is incredible, it's like 7-minute epic long thing or something along those lines. It's a shame the gameplay is a bit, well, rubbish frankly. Lots of trial and error gameplay, and you can pretty much screw yourself over if you use objects in the wrong order. Gives you plenty of lives to play with though, and a fairly generous time limit once you know what you're doing. Some of these blocks will disappear under your feet with no warning though, which is a bit of a pain. Take the honey, attract the wasps, go back, rescue the fairy, and so on and so forth. I was going to make a pithy comment about, hey, great presentation, high fantasy setting, rubbishish gameplay, it's like a proto 8-bit Shadow of the Beast. Then I actually checked and Stormlord got a bunch of 16-bit versions. Shadow of the Beast eventually got a bunch of 8-bit conversions, believe it or not. And Shadow of the Beast and Stormlord actually came out in the same year. Apart from that, it was a very good comment I would have made there. These eggs hatch into unpleasantness if you let them fall on the ground. I really do love the music in this, by the way. It's very faithful to the setting, and it just goes on and on and on to the point of ludicrousness, to be honest. I also like the super detailed, high resolution sprite of our main hero here. Always a nice touch. Anyway, only one more fairy remains. Make sure we don't open this door here, as that is a trap. Using up the key and getting you horribly stuck. And complete. Bonus game! Shoot hearts at fairies and collect their tears. Obviously. And level complete! On to level 2, which I actually have no idea what to do in, so let's just go for a wander, I guess. Oh no, attack of the killer ink stamps? I have no idea how to approach this bit at all. Neither do I know what these shoes actually do. And with a final piece of excellent timing, it's game over. Anyway, enough Stormlord. Except not, because this is Deliverance, Stormlord 2. And you want the music on for this rather than the sound effects, because again, it's a very nicely put together thing. Unfortunately, the lower resolution makes it look like she's carrying a bunch of fuzzy dice as opposed to the skulls I think she's meant to be carrying on the left there. You also explode very meatily when you die in this one. Apart from that, it's kind of a weird step backwards actually. Stormlord here is now, unfortunately, quite low resolution, as opposed to his high res niceness in the last game, and it's a much more basic game. It's a simple, horizontal scrolling shoot 'em up, rather than any sort of puzzle elements of the last one. These birds are a complete pain, they will actively avoid you. Here is one of the thrilling horde rush thing elements of the game, where you duck in a safe bit and fire left and right for a bit too long. You do have extra weapons. If you hold down the fire button, you can fire bombs around and things like that. Yes, I have successfully mastered this part game. Can we get on with it? There we go. It also has a weird double jump mechanic that I never quite got the hang of. You have to hammer upwards and you can basically fly if you get it right. Timing is everything in this, but half the time the unfortunate enemy spawns just sort of fire things from the ground straight at you. I wandered into that one, but it's often not my fault. Honest. Or Crush the Second. No, that's what that special weapon does. Well, well, well. Can we done? Can we go? There we go. Now, can I hammer my up away across this? Yes. No. Oh, come here, you little... There we go. Now this bit, I had to look this up in the video because I had no idea what I was doing wrong. You have to tiptoe through this bit, otherwise 5 million rocks fall on your head. we go, back to your regularly scheduled programming now. Most of which is getting killed by these damn birds. I appear to have no weapons that can deal with this at this point. It won't let me get on to the next stage of the game without killing the bastard. Come here. And the final bit of glitchiness. The end. Actually, the end of Stormlord.